All right, guys, welcome back. We're going to start to assemble our ice cream bowls today, and we have this coil. Your coil needs to be really sticky, kind of wet a little bit. Okay, so make sure you add water to it. Be really bendy and flexible. If yours breaks instead of bends, it means the clay inside is probably too dry and you need to add water to your clay, work it back together, and make another coil. We're going to use one of the tools that we made. We're going to grab the scoring tool, and we're going to do something called slipping and scoring. This is how you attach clay things to other things. So we're going to score, make scratch marks. Okay, and so I made it in one direction. And now I'm going to make scratch marks in the other direction. And then I'm going to try to scratch it in the diagonal. I want it to be really scratched up in this one spot. Okay. Once I've scratched up the bottom, this is the bottom of this pinch pot. I'm going to do the same thing to the little one. Scratch, scratch, scratch. Lots of scratching. Okay. And I'm going kind of deep enough to mess up the clay. Okay. If you're just doing it a little bit on the surface, you're probably not getting enough on there. Okay. Next thing I want to use is the glue that holds everything together. This is the slip that we made in the tools video. So I'm going to open this up. I'm going to grab my paintbrush and I'm going to take some of this slip and I'm going to dot it. We're not brushing it on. We're just going to dot it on. Dot, 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 dot. Until the whole area that we scratched up is covered in that ooey gooey slip. So we're going to take this one, the big one now, and do the same thing, get a little bit of slip and dot it. Notice how many times I have to keep going back and getting more slip. One dunk in the slip pot is not enough. You need to keep dunking it over and over and over until you have enough slip. Okay, that's enough slip for me. I don't think I need any more. So I'm going to go ahead and put the lid on that so it doesn't dry out. I'm going to wash my brush in my bucket of water. Just rinse it off. So my brush is clean. We're going to make these two pinch pots stick together. Okay, so this is how it works. I'm going to take the little one, flip it upside down, and I'm going to try to match these two gooey spots together. Okay? Don't push real hard, because if you push real hard, you're going to make the pots collapse. You're going to squish them. So we're going to gently add pressure, and you can do this while it's sitting on the table. I'm going to hold mine up in the air so you can see it a little bit better, okay? But it's probably easier if you put it on the table. And I'm going to just gently push down and twist a little, just a little bit of rocking back and forth. And what that does is it makes those clay particles go into each other, and now it's going to be really well attached. So I can actually hold this upside down and the little one doesn't fall off. So we're slipping and scoring and attaching that. All right, the next step is to take our squishy bendy coil and we're going to wrap it around where the two pots meet, kind of like a scarf on a snowman. Okay, I have too much clay here, so I'm going to just pinch it and remove it. Okay, and right here, I'm going to pinch it and remove it. Okay, now I have enough. The next thing I want to do is using your thumb or your fingers, you're going to just gently push in and down and blend it into the bottom pot. Okay, we're just going to blend into the bottom pot right now. Start at one end and work your way all the way around. And this is going to make your pots stick together and make sure they don't fall off, not even a little bit. It'll be super strong. And as you squish, what's happening is this is getting longer and longer. So we're probably going to end up pinching even more off. So I'm going to push about halfway through that coil. Not starting at the top of the coil, about halfway into this coil. You can see when about halfway in the coil thickness, I'm going to blend it down. Halfway in the coil thickness, blend it down. I'm going to do that all the way around until it's all the way connected to the bottom pot. And I have a little bit of extra, so I'm going to just blend that down, and I'm just going to pinch that off. I don't need it. If you have extra chunks of clay, dunk them in water and then add it back to your bag so it's nice and wet for next time you need it. Okay. Now I'm going to work on the other side. This is a smaller pot, so you can use your thumb, you can use your finger. I'm going to blend the rest of this into the smaller pot. I know it doesn't look pretty yet, but it will look pretty. So now that it's blended, this is a good time to take an opportunity to take your thumb and smooth out any bumps or ridges and those finger marks that we made. Okay, so we want this to be a nice, smooth, oh, a little chunk came off. That's okay. I'm going to add them back to my pile of other clay. I'll use them on another project. I'm just going to use my hand and blendy, blend, blend, blend. Try to make it as smooth as you can, okay? Not everyone's is going to be perfectly smooth, but if you make it as smooth as you can, then you can be proud of your work. Smooth, 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 smooth. Now we have a basic shape, basic form. Okay, this is a form. And I'm going to set it down on the little one. And I'm going to bring it up. Okay, so now I have a basic ice cream bowl. Okay, we're going to work on adding the nice detail on the bottom on the next video. So when you're done with this step of connecting them, go to Ice Cream Bowls Part 4. Ice Cream Bowls Part 4. And I will see you there.